Coming up, the lack of diversity in technology. We will talk to the founder of an accelerator that's helping minority and women entrepreneurs transform great ideas into successful tech businesses. That story when Bottomline on Bloomberg Television continues in just a moment. We turn our focus now to New Me Accelerator. It's a support platform that helps minority and women entrepreneurs start thriving businesses. Since its launch in June of 2011, New Me has accelerated over 300 entrepreneurs around the country, helping them raise over $12.8 million in capital funding. Angela Benton, founder and CEO of New Me Accelerator, joins me here in studio. Ms. Benton, welcome to Bottomline. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
We started the broadcast talking about jobs, and we got some dire numbers today. Unemployment among those aged 16 to 24, it's at 14.5%. Bloomberg LP senior economist Joe Brasuelas put out a note. He said the condition of the labor market is being underestimated, in his words, because of the exit from the workforce of millions of discouraged workers and young people who've been shut out of opportunities thanks to what he calls a growing experience gap. How does New Me's accelerate success in the face of that reality?
Well, not a lot of folks are, not only are there not jobs, but a lot of younger students, people coming out of college, they're opting to actually start their own businesses. So it's not that there aren't a whole lot of jobs. People are creating jobs not just for themselves, but also for other people. And so where we come in is we really help kind of accelerate that process. We give them advice, support systems, and connect them with investors.
Why technology?
Technology, I mean, technology is the thing. When we look at kind of our economy and where things are going, it's a fast-growing economy. It impacts local economies and global economies. So technology is really something that can not only impact kind of Main Street America, but can impact, you know, the world we live in as a whole.
We mentioned that you launched 3 years ago in 2011, raising nearly $13 million in capital funding. Who is providing this capital, and how's it being used?
So it's mainly seed stage and angel investors, and generally early stage capital. So we do have some venture capitalists, but they're all at the early stage.
Are they excited when you give them the proposal? They're basically coming in at the ground floor. They get to see what their money is doing.
Exactly. So they come in very early. So think of the next Twitters and the next Facebooks and getting in on those deals earlier. And so that's kind of the nature of the beast when you're talking about early stage investing. The earlier you're in on the deal, the better. Goldman
Sachs, it's been supportive of your efforts. What does it mean to have a giant of Wall Street in your corner?
That's kind of amazing. So when I got the call from Goldman Sachs, they have the Builders and Innovators conference, and I got an award there. And they called and said, we're trying to get in contact with Angela Benton, and this is Goldman Sachs calling. And it was odd.
Did you think it was a joke?
I thought it was a joke. I did think it was a joke. And my next question was like, okay, for what? They said, we'd like to give you an award. And so I'm completely honored by that.
The association with Goldman, how has that helped you in raising funds with other angel investors, other people who might be interested?
The association with Goldman really, for me, it helps me personally that they back me as an entrepreneur. They believe in the work that we're doing, but they believe that we can actually grow this from something that's small. I mean, $12.8 million is just the beginning, and they believe that we can grow it to something much, much larger.
You have a very interesting personal story. You became a mom when you were a teenager. You were a kid. Your worldview is not from the abstract. You have lived this stuff. You have actually had to overcome obstacles. You've had to bump up against a glass ceiling, not to mention the fact that you're an African-American woman, and all of that entails, especially in corporate America. When young people say that there are too many obstacles, that they think they just cannot do this, what do you tell them?
Well, if you're interested in being an entrepreneur, the obstacles help you. It is extremely hard.
They help
you. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's extremely hard. You have to be resilient. So what a lot of people don't realize is all of the obstacles that you're experiencing in life, those translate directly over to entrepreneurship.
How so?
Well, you get told no a lot, and you have to be extremely scrappy. You have to be risk tolerant, and you have to have a lot of faith.
Do young people understand that?
Some young people get it. A lot of the entrepreneurs that we deal with, they tend to have some kind of personal story, some kind of background where they've had to overcome some kind of obstacles. Those are the people that we look for. We want to bet on those folks.
Part of your mission, as you put it, is to change the status quo. That's part of NewMe's mission statement. Another way to put that is to understand entrenched interests. They do not like change. Sometimes it's all about who I know,
right?
People who look like me, people who are gender specific like me. You bump up against that. How do you affect change in the face of those obstacles? What's your selling point to these people?
Our selling point is that we're finding highly entrepreneurial, raw talent, period. And we focus on African Americans, Latinos, and women specifically. And so when you're thinking about how that translates to business, well, if you can get into deals earlier, a lot of investors are seeing the same deals inside and out. Because we're going into a different market, we're identifying unique ideas and unique market opportunities.
All right, Angela Benton of NewMe joining me in studio. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Nice to meet you, too.